the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, they scared me. They scared me for a minute there, but they seem like they are back to their normal dominant selves. As of the time of this recording, they are playing the Clippers right now, and the Clippers put a pretty good whooping on the Celtics last time they played them this year. So, I'm hoping that obviously turns out a little bit differently. Hopefully, obviously, when I start to edit this and get it out to you guys, I'll see that the Patriots are winning, or the Celtics are winning, or that they've won. We'll see. But nonetheless, the Celtics just, they have the best record in the NBA right now. On Christmas Day, they absolutely annihilated the Milwaukee Bucks, who I've said publicly on this channel I think is really the only team, as of right now, it's a legitimate threat to the Celtics in the East. Although now, Brooklyn has won, 13 out of the last 14 or 14 out of the last 15, whatever it is at this point. They are starting to look like they're putting things together, and, that scares me. But for me, I just think the Celtics said they righted the ship, and man, let me tell you, when they were bad, they were awful. They went from having the best offensive rating of all time to having the worst offensive rating in the NBA over a period of 5 or 6 games. I mean, it was a collapse of wild proportions. But luckily, it seems like they're past it now. They've been playing a lot better the last few games, and I genuinely hope that they continue that momentum, because I would just really like to see a deep Celtics playoff run, and I really would like to see a Celtics championship, obviously. So, Celtics, yeah, they are on a nice little win streak right now. I think they've won 3 games in a row now. Hopefully tonight will make it 4. But for me, the things that are interesting to me about the Celtics is, what are we going to do with the trade deadline? Because I think at this point, Robert Williams has come back, so your front court looks a little bit more, a little bit deeper now. Cornette's played well. You obviously have Al Horford. You still have Grant Williams. And then now you have Big Rob back, who's playing pretty well coming back from injury. He's still not all the way there yet. You could definitely tell. But I think Joe Mazzulla has really done a nice job of easing him back in. He started out playing him 10 minutes, then 12 minutes, 14 minutes, 18 minutes. Now he's up to about 20 or 22 minutes a game. We'll see how much he plays tonight. And you know what? I've seen where he's played, 20 minutes one game, and then 2 days later you think, oh, he's going to play 25 minutes or he's going to play 22. No, he goes back down to 16, or to go back down to 12. Like, it just really depends on, how other guys are performing and the kind of night that Rob's having, or that Al's having, or Grant's having. And I think that that's really smart. I think to not put a ton of pressure on Rob right now is the best move. I think that that's great, because he'll be able to practice and get his legs back under him. He's still getting confidence back in the game, and he absolutely torched the Houston Rockets. He had 11 points, 15 rebounds. He started to look like the old Rob again. So we'll see how he plays tonight. But I think that they've handled that situation about as well as they can. But, do you still want to add more front court depth? I think so. I think you definitely probably want to get one more guy in there that's going to give you playoff-type minutes and really be a contributor, at least on the defensive end, because still the Celtics' defense leaves a little bit to be desired right now. So, do you trade for a Jakob Poeltl? Do you trade for a Bismack Biyombo? Do you just wait for the buyout market when that happens? Maybe look for free agency. There are still some decent centers that are on the free agent market right now. So, what do you do if you're the Celtics? And like I said earlier in the podcast, Trae Young is on the trading block for the Atlanta Hawks, and the Celtics have been one of the teams that have been linked to him. I don't really want that, just because I think the Celtics would have to give up a lot. They'd have to give up Robert Williams. They'd have to give up Peyton Pritchard. I've even seen like Jaylen Brown for Trae Young, which I would rather have Jaylen Brown than Trae Young. I mean, as great as Trae Young is, he's awful on defense. And so, for me, I'd rather have Jaylen Brown. That's just my opinion, but that's I can understand people disagreeing with that, and that's totally fine. But for me, players that can play both sides of the ball. That's the way that's kind of how I feel about that. So, what do you really do if you're the Celtics? I think, quite frankly, you stay in pat. I think that you are about as good as you can be right now. If you can get Jakob Pertl for like Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett, and a first, I'd consider it. And I know that, Celtics fans are like, no, not Pritchard, not Cornett. Dude, for Jakob Pertl, though, I would give that up. I mean, he's really, really good. He's really, really good. Would I be okay if they traded a second round pick or 2 second round picks for Bismack Biyombo? Sure, why not? Get him over here. That sounds good. He'll play good defense. Fine with me. Do you trade for Mo Bamba? I feel like his price is going to be a little bit, is going to be a little bit high. But for me, maybe that's something that you explore if you're the Boston Celtics. Can you try and pry Mo Bamba away from the Magic? How effective will Mo Bamba be in 15 minutes a night, 20 minutes a night? We'll see. But, maybe we won't see because, I obviously might not trade for him. But the point is, do you entertain these moves? Do you trade for another wing player, a good defensive wing player? Who knows? So I think I'm very intrigued as to where the Celtics season is going and to, what's going to happen at the trade deadline or as we get closer to the trade deadline, as we get closer to the All-Star game. Definitely keeping my eyes and ears out for stories that are going on. But right now, the Celtics are just back to their dominant selves, and it makes me very, very happy. Hey guys, me again. Thank you so much for watching one of my clips from the Lopes Goes Last podcast. These clips are so much fun to do. I absolutely love making them, and I absolutely love doing them. And this podcast is my baby, so I really want this thing to grow, and I really want it to succeed. So if you did like what you see, please subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you never miss any one of my episodes or one of my clips like this one. And please do also like and share these videos with your friends and your family so that we can make this thing grow as fast as possible. And I wanted to thank you again so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day.